It was declared in 1999 by the United Nations General Assembly, but South Africa officially started celebrating in 2005. All right, so good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, and good morning to all the viewers of Morning Live.
Let's talk about Space Week and what this means for South Africa. I'm going to ask you a little bit to move to my right a little bit. There we go. Yeah. And then we can have a conversation about space. All right. What does this mean for South Africa to be celebrating Space Week?
This is very critical. This is very important for the country because, we are looking at how we can inspire young people. We want to expose young people and the public at large on the importance of space. People are not aware that space has become an integral part of our lives. You can imagine a day without space wherein the satellites are switched off in terms of the communication that's happening right now, telecommunications, in terms of our weather forecasting, in terms of our navigation for the aviation. We've seen a number of applications and use of space, and therefore what we're trying to do today is to expose the public, South Africans, and of course inspire young people to take science and technology, mathematics, and see how important it is that science and technology can contribute in improving our lives as South Africans.
How do we make it attractive? It almost seems like, space and science is there and humanity is on the other side. When you've just said it's such a critical point in how our daily lives, how do we bring these two worlds together so that it doesn't seem like they're, worlds apart?
What we're trying to do at the Department of Science and Technology is that, we are trying to invest more in programs such as this, wherein we are trying to reach out to young people all over. Hence you find that, we have science centers across the country wherein young people go there. They get taught about science and technology, but particularly also we are trying to build some demos to demonstrate to young people that space is part of our lives. Space is not it's no longer a luxury, but it's a requirement. We've seen in many spacefaring nations that space has contributed quite a lot in areas such as mechanics, electronics, and even in the medicinal part, where space plays a huge part. And therefore what we're trying to do here is to say that young people, this is not a luxury. This is not for the elite. This is for any ordinary South African, just like me, coming from the village or from the township, that it is possible for you to be able to become a rocket scientist, to become an electronic scientist, to become a space engineer, wherein you can build. But, the satellites that we're building, it's not the end. It's just a means. And therefore, there are quite a number of areas from software engineering, from computer sciences that gets involved in this. So if you want to study satellite engineering or space engineering, it means that you can also branch to other domains or areas of engineering where you can contribute, given that the shortage of engineers in this country. And therefore we are having targeted programs in Cape Peninsula University, where the majority of the engineers that are being trained are young blacks graduates, and this is not just South African, even across the continent, wherein we are saying that we want to build a cohort of young engineers that are going to contribute in improving and of course contributing to the economy of the country through space science and technology.
But what are the numbers saying? How many are we producing each year, for instance, the young black graduates that we spoke about a little earlier?
We haven't really, reached the targets that we're looking at, but steadily we are building this capacity. At Cape Peninsula University of Technology, for example, we have more than 300 graduates so far that have graduated. And of that, it's not just South African, but almost 40 to 45% of those graduates are from Africa. And therefore, we're contributing to the whole idea of African renewal and so on. And therefore, currently we have about 40 students that are are being trained, and this is practical training. This is not just the theory part, but these are engineers that will be able to go there. We've seen those students building Tsepiso set, which until today we are very proud. I mean, this is the first African nanosatellite built, which is operational, which is providing crucial information about us understanding, the space and the space at large. And therefore, we want to build more. And as a department, we are looking at more targeted programs that we're going to focus on building more engineers and have the numbers that we've targeted or we've set ourselves as the Department of Science and Technology.
All right, so thank you so much for spending the morning with us.
Thank you very much.
All right, we are talking all things Space Weeks, and behind me, as you can see, is the antennas, and the acting agency CEO, Butlakimaini, earlier spoke about what the work of these antennas are behind us. All right, let me hand you back to